Good morning, everyone, and welcome. Uh, we've been going every day live. And before we start, please read the disclosure very carefully. And please be aware of the risk in the future trading and try to do as much as you can on the sim until you have a confidence because trading, there is winning and losing. Not everybody can stomach that. In our experience, people jump on the market without knowledge. They end up in a disaster. I strongly advise everyone to take your time on a sim, whether you are auto trading or you're manual, and that is uh, much safer for you. So, before we start, we are trying to give a free education uh, on on the market. It is about time somebody come in, lay all the instruments, and say the way it is. So, and you are very welcome to follow our trades, our signal, our scalping, our swing trading, and then you can follow us on a sim as long as you understand you are at your own risk. We're not collecting money. We're not collecting your name. We don't know who's out there, and it is out to the public. So please, honestly, I don't know how long I can do that. We've been trying so hard to keep up every day, but we are hoping that is going to help you and try to separate real trading, automated trading, from all those guys. They sit on the side all day long and they show off with the charts after the market is done for today. We find it is misleading, and we find it there is a lot of fakes. As an example, right now we have the summer, and this whole week the market has been flat. It is very easy to sit on the side all day long and come out with a couple of chart at the end of the day and brag about it, but the reality is not, you know, about those two charts. The reality, what happened to the other charts, you're hiding. So, especially auto traders, the reason a lot of traders try to go on auto trading, and because they figure out they cannot trade. I can respect that, but we trying so hard to find just a little knowledge why today or this auto trade having a problem, why this auto trade is making money, where is the problem if we are in a trade, where is the problem the auto trade is going to have. So honestly, I don't know anyone with all Ninja Trader brokers or anyone on a live YouTube is able to put all the instruments on 1 minute. And that's not me. I've been receiving a lot of emails from people are following us. They say, Sam, you're the only one running all instruments on 1 minute, front of the trader every single day. So, and a lot of traders, they look forward to come home after work to look what happened today. And this is going to help you on a long run. And you don't need to pay for a room uh, to educate you because the market does not come in one color every day. Every day is a new day. What happened yesterday, it happened yesterday, gone, is over. It's not things is you have to go by the rules. The market care less about your rules and my rules. Traders should try. to understand the basic and try to develop his own trading depends on his account and his experience. And then I cannot download what I have in my head and transfer it to your head. And so also in our experience that we ran a room for free for many years, and most of them that were not interested, they were sitting waiting and to call a trade for them or to tell them, here you can enter the market, but they were not interested. Now, after we closed the room, everybody is calling me back to go back to the room and please open the room. We want to learn. There is no easy way to the trading. You have to earn your way, even if you are auto trading. And this is a special message to the guys with auto trading. You may say, this is not my problem, this is rubbish. No, sir, it is your problem management. A lot of people have a lag of experience with NinjaTrader platform or some other platform they are trading. They don't have experience timing when is the high time in the market. They don't understand when certain instruments getting stuck in the channel. They don't understand when in the summertime when the kids are out of school around the Christmas, you're going to be having a problem. The market gets flat. How we going to get built out of it? It's not to just push button lift off what you're getting those messages after the fact every day by some other videos are pre-made and then throw it on the YouTube and misguiding the trader that showing that around the Christmas, around the summer. As an example, this week we are practically flat. And then at the end of the day, you see a guy come in and showing off with 200-300 ticks on one instrument. Really? Why don't you come out live and show us this when we are trading? And if you go look a few videos back, we showed you how they control those charts, and they can make it look very good at the end of the day. When we did this video, we've been attacked heavily by some people, a lot of love letters, and there is one message. I don't need all this. I missed to be alone, and I missed to be just alone and not to be bothered, actually. So I'm not relying on somebody, what he thinks of me, or why I revealed all the tricks on the Renko bar. And but the ones they want to dismiss it, they can dismiss it. I don't care. For the ones that just start with us and they don't know how we do things here, it is a market analyzer on the top. And this is an auto trade connected to the market analyzer. Actually, there are two different systems, but it's the same algorithm. This is here, it is a market analyzer. It gives you signal and it gives you direction, pullback re-entry, entry price, target price, P&L based on the last entry signal, and the total of P&L. As an example, right now we have 167 ticks. Is based on one contract and based on 1 minute. Again, this is based on one contract and it is based on 1 minute. The auto trades for that system, it is two contracts, but on the market analyzer, we are using one contract and we are using 1 minute. And I challenge anyone have a good system, come out front of the traders live and show your 1 minute on all instruments and let those traders decide and show you real color. This is 1 minute, folks, and this is a one lot. So anything that's not in life, on all instruments, then there is nothing to talk about. The same story on the market analyzer on the Forex. It is also on 1 minute, and it is based on 10,000 is a mini account. As an example, right now we have 76.1 in pips, and it is based on $10,000 account. So this is a mini account, and this is based on 1 minute and a $10,000 account. And the same system you can use on the stocks, and you can feed those auto trade to buy you 100 stock, 200 stock, or 300 stock. But we only have one monitor to share on a live YouTube. So we're trying to squeeze as much as we can, plus an extreme heavy load on my internet. I have the best internet, but there's an extreme load when I go live, and that sometimes can cause little jamming here and there. And I have a million things running here. So then we have the blue panel here. The blue panel here, you see the good trades and the bad trades. Those are the scalper. And right now we have the scalper 150 ticks. And let me try to see if I can squeeze the scalper 1 minute. This is your scalper on 1 minute. And I'll try to cover. And those also, you can use, none of the system require any optimization. This is what you see, what you get. And sometimes you will see some good trades and you will see some bad trades. And there is, when the market is stuck, the market is stuck. When there is no movement, there is no movement. For you, having an auto trade does not mean the market is going to move for you. When it's a flat, it's a flat. When it's not, it's not. So also we will cover the scalpers. And at the end here, this is the Ninja Trader controller. And as we see right now, we have a $500 on the trade. This is a swing trading. And I will try, is it in ES? And I will try also to show you the trades on the ES as an example. Today we started around 6 o'clock morning. I usually start my system when I get up in the morning. Normally I get up early to auto trade the DAX, but yesterday I just couldn't move. So today I got up a little bit late. So this is the first trade at 9:20, and now we are just climbing on the swing trading, and we will be also covering the swing trading, and we cover what's going on in the market today. So on that system, the market analyzer, those excuse me, it comes with the 3 different automated trade, ATM strategy, and a full automated. I personally like to use an ATM, and the reason I like to use an ATM, this is an example. The auto trade put it right into the target. Here's your entry, and here is your target. But on the ATM strategy, if you see what I have done, I extended the target much higher, because I mean it was a very small. So if you are on an automated trade, full automated trade, you would have entered that market and exit here around $300-400 on that trade. But for me, I didn't want to close it because on the pool. But you know what? Excuse me, guys. If I'm not going to be doing this, they're going to be hammered. So do not disturb. Okay. So on the pullback re-entry, this is a double support line, and I just don't want it to close the trade at $300-400. So what I'm trying to say is, if you are on a full automated, you would have exit by now because already hit the target. But when you are using your ATM strategy, and then I can control my trade and I do not like the dummy trailing stop. I like to um, hide my trailing stop behind a fib line on the technical side. So we will cover that. But right now, if this market gonna be trending, there is nothing gonna hold this market. So I just wanna go ahead and extend my target for that trade. As you see right now on the ES, the auto trade took that trade exactly where it's supposed to, and it hit the target exactly where it's supposed to, and then the market fell. But I just don't want it to be just that trade. I would prefer to see if I can get something out of that trade. One of the things, folks, you need to learn that going in and out of the market constantly is not healthy. If you can grab one or two, maximum three trades a day, they should be more than enough. You have to look at it that you are sitting on a blackjack table and you cannot be winning every single time. And everyone can say opposite what I'm saying right now. He must be dreamer. You cannot actually a couple three videos before we were live on the scalper. The scalper had like around 1500. Something happened to the market and we lost all the, and you can see him on the video, we lost all our gain. The thing is with an auto trade, if this market moving, we're not going to be missing a trade. Absolutely. But when the market gets stuck between the channels, this is where you're going to start giving up your profit for today. So it is much healthy to minimize your trade, whether you are auto trading on and you are manual trading, and to be satisfied for whatever you can get out of that day. Whether it's a $200 or a $2,000 is irrelevant as long as you don't get yourself in trouble. Today you make 200, tomorrow you might make 400, and the day after you might lose 300. As long as we can maintain that account not to be injured in a way, because most of them, they try to overmerge and they don't have enough bread, they don't have enough account, less experience. A lack of experience and a lack of money is not going to be equal to success, is going to equal to this disaster. So I hope that another things like as an example, yesterday we had a gentleman, very nice guy. He said, Sam, when you're done, come in. I don't know why the auto trade was not taking the trade in a live trade. And then I went in. He did not know that you need to take off the Globex to activate your account. And he seriously thought it was something wrong why the auto trades were not taking the trade. So I had to sit down 1 hour with him, showing him how to activate an account on NinjaTrader and stay with him on those trades because he scared the hell out of me. Then he said to open NASDAQ and CL. I said, I'm not doing this because I'm going to take you with one contract. And he made money with one contract on the NASDAQ, 150 ticks, B scalper, and he did very well. I stayed with him for 1 hour. But, and I said, how? And then he was asking me, this is the scary part. He was asking me, are we, do we have a trade in the market or not? And I said, can't you see on NinjaTrader you are in a trade? And that it is something where traders do not understand, that you have to understand the platform, whatever platform you need to do. The reason why we are so busy, because we have another example yesterday. I'm just giving you how come we generate a lot of support. I have one guy calling me yesterday. He said, my NinjaTrader 8 is not working. Your system is not working. Then I came in, it turned out this guy has downloaded some kind of free software, and the NT8 is a total disaster. It's not loading a chart. It's not loading anything. and he was expecting me to delete everything, reinstall everything for him, spend an hour, because he downloaded something from out there and now he want to stick it to me. So this is the kind of support we are struggling all the time, and the lack of experience, the lack of knowledge, and there is a lot of people just, they say, well, I need to do this, I'll call Sam and he will come and load the chart for me. So, but it's become a little bit overwhelming because traders sometimes they abuse the support system. Right now, if we notice here on the trade on the ES, most of you trade the ES. If we look on the ES trade, has hit the target, and now the ES is trying so hard to get out of this area, which the automated trade would have took that trade and hit the target, and this is a $500 trade. So for a normal trader, this is the first trade for today and nailed 500. Should be enough. Close your Ninja or do something else or turn in on a sim. Yesterday, if you go back to the video yesterday, when we first started, we had a trade on the NASDAQ, $800 on one trade. We had around $700 on the ES, and I don't remember on the YM. Total over $2,000 base on ES, YM, and NASDAQ. And then when the market hit the target, the market died on us and we were flat. And actually we closed early yesterday because it was nothing moving. So the first trade when the market's open, you can go back to the video from yesterday. The NASDAQ itself hit 800. I don't remember all the numbers, but it's somewhere a little bit around 2,500 on ES, NASDAQ, and a YM on the first trade. So for the guys who stayed in the market auto trading, the market got flat after that. After we hit the target, the market got flat, and whoever stayed on that keep trying to trade would have lost money. He would not make more money. One of the things also, because every trader has a different timing. If you are in Europe or in California or in New York, you try to auto trade, let's say the scalper, the B scalper from 7 o'clock to 9 o'clock as an example. This is the only time you have a free or something. Fine, fair enough. But then extending the life on your auto trade to trade 2 more hours, then we can add lots on those timing. You locked in and you are happy with the timing. So you should not be going on and on with the auto trading or with a manual trading all day long, because it will end up in losses. It will end up in losses. When the market is moving, we make money. When the market is not moving, you're gonna get in trouble without any doubt. So please try to respect that business a little bit and try to respect the trading and try to respect the market. The market is a very unforgiving place, and they don't even notice you are in the market. So please do your homework. Right now, the ES is just stuck right at the target, 66.50. This is the same number on the chart. You find it on the market analyzer. So now we had the entry at 61, and you can do it manually and you can do it automated. One of the things also in the future, trading stand going 2-3 contracts on the ES and put all your eggs in one basket. This is a very good example. You are limited on the money, you are limited on a resource, you are limited on experience. Then I will take one trade on the ES every day. I cannot say every day, but I mean most of the days. NASDAQ one trade and a YM one trade. So when we are hedging the future, It could be today the ES is going south, or it could be the YM is going south, or it could be the NASDAQ is going south, but no longer we are interested in that market. We are interested on the total volume of those three. And those are very cheap, whether you are auto trading them or you are manual trading them, because on the ES at the moment we have 19 ticks. Based on one contract, we have 155 ticks based on one contract, and we have a 19 ticks based on one contract. So let's say this is a little over $1,000. I don't want to say 1,100 or 1,200, but anything above the $500, $600, write a click, flatten out, and call it, kiss it goodbye, and get it over with. This is one option you can do. If like yesterday when we helping this gentleman on the NASDAQ, immediately you can see gathered his daily. For me, if you want to scalp, you can start, and I refuse to activate all his chart because he cannot even see where he is on a live trade or not. So whether you have a $5,000 or $50,000, when any kind of auto trade, when you try to trade, don't overspend yourself everywhere. Try to take a NASDAQ, try to take one ES or one NASDAQ or one YM. Try to learn how this broker is getting you filled, what is the slippage, how you are getting filled, what is the timing, because you will learn. And then when you start getting comfortable, you start spreading out on NASDAQ, ES, Dow Jones. But you do not jump in the deep water and you don't know how to swim, because it's going to end up in disaster. Sadly, year after year, we've been saying the same thing. If you do not respect this market is not going to respect you. It's going to whack you. So it's not the size amount of money, it's how much you know about this business and how much you play your cards right. In the morning, it is the most important to see how this market running before we make any decision to whether we want to autopilot today or we want to take a manual pilot, manual trading. And if you don't do that, that is a disaster. Look at this, gentlemen and ladies. After this ES hit the target, is going to the double support line. You see that? Going back to the target, coming back to the support line. That is an indication that this ES is getting stuck in those channels. And nobody knows where's this one going. My probability, my experience is telling me this is going to be breakout to the higher numbers, because very simple. You don't need to learn a price action, which yesterday did the opposite, but this is very unusual. I have a double support line, a mid band, and this is your trailing stop from the auto trade is a minor support line, re-entry number, and you have a major support line at that 28.6250. So in order for that ES to penetrate all those numbers here, he has to break those area, all of it. And that is going to require some very heavy news to penetrate all those lines, because those are very, very, look at this. So we have a lot of bumpers on the way, and that is going to cause a problem if you are manual trading or auto trading and you don't recognize those area here. This is a trouble. So now what is doing the ES like a pinball trying to find an exit, is stuck. And now you can see the buyers start coming in. We measure in the buyers here on that panel here with the 6 different time frame. So we can see the buyers over the sellers all the way. There is buyers coming in trying to break this area here. You see that? So that indicate the ES fell to penetrate all those lines. those here, those area here are a re-entry point. And let's look at the ES if it's going to take a lift and a break that area, the 6673. If this ES gonna break the 6673, we are having a very good potential to break out to the 7450. So whether we are auto trading or we are a manual trading, this is a very important knowledge to understand what's going on. And as we see right now on the swing trading, this is your swing fully automated trading, and this is 1 minute. We started today around 9:15. We got one losing trade. And let me show you the losing trade. If you can read those numbers, we enter short on the ES at 58.50, and we exit at 59.75. So that's true. We have a swing trade and automated trade, but it's not like the others come in with 50 ticks of stop loss and 80 ticks of stop loss. It is a very acceptable stop loss we have on the swing trading. And if you are going to use 50 ticks of stop loss and 80 ticks of stop loss, then you don't need an auto trade. You need a coin to flip, and that's it. So the swing trading, the stop loss, it is very acceptable. And if we can catch a trend, hey, this is your lucky day. If this market is not going to trend, and the swing trading is not going to be missing a trade. Again, the swing trading will never miss a trade. And we'll catch every single trade in there. But if the market is stuck like the ES in a channel and cannot get out for half an hour, that is going to be disaster, not on the swing trading. It's going to be disaster on the scalping. It's going to be disaster on your trading. Whether you are a manual trading or an auto trading, you will gonna get in trouble. So understand when the market gets chopped, it is very important, and that can save you a lot of bad trades. Even when you are auto trading, you can say, okay, I'm gonna wait on this market to break those channels, and then I'm gonna turn on my auto trade. By just delaying turning on your auto trade 10 minutes, it could save you $200 bad trade. If you calculate it, $200 a day, that's $50,000 a year you're throwing out of the window because you are refusing to look at the chart. This is a very expensive hobby because you are refusing to look at the chart, So if you can break it down how much you are losing a day by refusing to look at the chart, even if you are auto trading, the numbers at the end of the year is shocking to you. So at the moment, we are waiting on a breakout, and once this ES start breaking out, they're all going to follow. At the moment, we are on 258 ticks in the profit. The ES target hit and the NASDAQ target hit. Actually, we closed the NASDAQ right before we started the webinar. And every software, sometimes when you do it, always can come out with one instrument fits very fine with it. Out of the whole here enchilada, out of all the instruments here, the best performance is the NASDAQ. And this is a good news. The reason is I'm saying it's the best performance. You can look at the previous videos, and we are going live every day. It's not unusual to see the NASDAQ hitting 100 ticks in the morning. It's not unusual. So this is a very good news for the guy do not have a lot of money and not a lot of experience. He can take it manually or an auto trade. Taking the NASDAQ is not unusual. Yesterday, the NASDAQ made the same amount number, $820. Yesterday, it made it. And the day before yesterday, and the day before yesterday. There is a very few days, I cannot say every day, but most of the days, the NASDAQ hit 80 ticks, 100 ticks. I don't want to say 200 ticks. I don't want to exaggerate, and I don't want it to build your hopes. So I want to try to keep it to the minimum level. It's always the NASDAQ. And if you keep your eye on the NASDAQ today and tomorrow and yesterday and the day before yesterday, is always have more ticks even than the DAX, even more than the CL. And that it is a very, very good news for the guy do not have a lot of money, and he's expecting to, I don't know, making 100%, 1,000% a day. This is not going to happen, but this is a very good to start there, and then we can take it from there. If you want to spread out or hedge the future. And now it is a lot of mixed market here. I wanted to open a chart on the 1 minute. That's exactly what I was expecting, and that's why I didn't want it to. Let me show you something here. Also, to our traders, there is nothing wrong with it by putting your fibs on your auto trade. Let me show you, because here is your auto trade, your swing trading. Okay? Does not hurt to put it here. I know you're looking at the numbers, you don't care, but this is very important, because this is just looking at it. We're not telling you to learn price action, but put your auto trade in here on that chart where your fib lines, because I don't want to complicate. I don't want to complicate things. I want to simplify things. Right now, I'm on that swing trading. I know that swing on this ES as expected, as I saw it here. I made a bet on that line. I override the auto trade, okay? Because there is a big difference between $300 trade and $1,000 trade a day. When the market start taking off and start pulling back, you always remember, especially our traders, when you have a double support line, the probability again and again on the pullback double support, the probability this market gonna penetrate those two lines are very rare. Probably it's gonna happen 2 out of 8. They're gonna drop if there is some kind of news or some pressure on the sell, then it should be something very important in the market to penetrate those lines. By putting that swing trading in here, I'm not asking you to learn a price action, but right now, let's say this is swing trading, or this ES is gonna go all the way up to here. Your swing trading is not gonna close here, because the swing trading is gonna give room for that market to go back and forth, pull back re-entry. You see, if this ES is climbing here, you are around over $1,000 on that trade, but the swing trading is not going to close there. The swing trading might going to be closing somewhere around there This means you are giving up some of your profit, around a couple $100, $200 a day. This is $50,000 a year by not refusing to look at line. We're not telling you to do price action. We're telling you just look at the line. Anyone can read line. Anyone can say, okay, we have a bumper here at 74.50. Call it a bumper, call it a line, call it fibs, call it banana line, whatever you want to call it, call it. But this is gonna give you very good picture how the bars are moving, what we are expecting in this market, and believe me or not, you will start having a trained eye what's going on by just putting those lines. I'm not asking you to draw lines. I'm not asking you to do anything. I'm not asking you to color the bars. It's just trying to understand how those numbers are moving. That's all what I'm asking. For the ones that are advanced, you can put your reversal. You can add a few indicators like we have a reversals. Signals, they do not repaint. You can add something in it. Keep it simple. There is a plenty tools in there to use. There is a plenty tools to use, but you just need a little guidance on those matters. So right now, I can see that nothing is going up, gonna hold that ES to climb to the 78, 74. Right now, we are on 340 ticks into the profit based on the last signal. Another things you can see, as I have covered and teach you all a few weeks ago, how to reverse the market. Now we are fixing to get out of the band, and you gotta keep your eye. If you want to close position, reverse position, we use a Renko bar or a range. You can do that. If you notice right now, those here on the Ninja Trader 7, we have not put them on Ninja Trader 8. We're waiting on their, because every time they have an update, sometimes we have to sit down and rewrite everything on every single update. So we are waiting a little bit till we have get it a little bit stabilized with the updates on NT8, and then we're gonna go full speed moving everything from NT7 to NT8. We spent 10 years developing on NT7. I'm not gonna throw them away. I'm gonna bring them to NT8. If you notice here, or if you were here yesterday on the video, the target 1 and target 2, this is where profit are taken. Nobody has those target 1, target 2, target 3. Nobody has them. No one. If we look at the target 2, there is a resistance line. So right now, this market is going to go back testing the target 1 and then going back to the testing. This is a profit taking right there. Absolutely. So that is causing your ES to pull back a little bit. One of the things when you are auto trading, we have put on every single auto trades buttons. If you are happy for what you're getting here and you think you're not going back 5 minutes later into the trade, you start panicking and you're satisfied for today, takes you 1 second to close position and get it over with. Takes you 1 second. Yesterday, I did this to this gentleman. Yesterday, I was sitting with him, holding hands with him, and going on a live trade. I didn't want him to go live trade by himself. And one of the trades I saw, he've had enough for today. I closed it. I forced it to close because I can see it's turning around. So I closed it for him on the last trade. So because I want him to protect his. And sure enough, after I closed it, the market turned around. And if I didn't do that very fast, probably he would have lost that trade. So if you are saying, okay, I'm happy with that trade, $200, $150, $500, $800, doesn't matter. I'm happy. I'm not going back 5 minutes later to trade. Close this damn thing and call it off. If you are more advanced trader and now you know you are using our Renko bar and you know now any kind of given market, now start get out of the band. And if you are a swing trading, you can easily direct to take short only or long only. When we try in our room to teach the guys how to use the buttons, 9 out of 10 refused. They say, Sam, I'm too emotional. I'm too disturbed. I have to drive my mother to the hospital. 9 out of 10 auto traders refuse to touch the button. I said, okay, you're the winner. So I know it's too much to ask, but I'm talking to directing that to the advanced trader if they are interested in continue with trading. You can do that, of course. Right now, you can see the scalpers. This is 150 ticks. We are using the 1 minute on market order and 150 ticks on market order, limited order. So you can see there is a struggle again on the 1 minute, and the 150 ticks is just taken over on the trade. So this is when the market on the scalpers, when there is a sideway like right now, you can see the drop, but they immediately recover. Once this market going back to normal, the market is already immediately start taking a different direction and immediately recovered on the downside. Let's try to. We don't want to just cover the ES 1 minute. We wanted to cover also the NASDAQ 1 minute. This is our first trade. Yeah. Let me see your bozos using 1 minute in front of the traders. This is first trade. It took around 9:55. The entry is 74.64.50, and we're still climbing on that. So this is the swing trading from the ES. So let me go ahead and try to see what's going on the NASDAQ. Now we covered the NASDAQ. So it is really nice if you can use to see what's going on in this market. And look, now this is an empty chart. We have no say-so on it. And now look, this is your NASDAQ on the swing trading. Let me show you when somebody just do a little work between the ES, you can save yourself $200. Between the NASDAQ, another $200. Between the YM, another $200 a day. If we look at this one here, this picture here on the NASDAQ, now I can see clear picture what's going on the swing trading. Is a mess because I can read it. Some people cannot read an empty chart. Fair enough. If we look at this NASDAQ here, we have a problem with the 75.75. Fair enough. Then now your Fibs is telling you we have a projection at 72.75, and that's where is the struggling. The 72.50, the NASDAQ is struggling based on your projection. What should I do, Sam? It is your call. If you are happy with the 250, get the hell out of Dodge. Close that trade very slowly. Try to reach out the mouse. Right click, flatten everything, turn off your computer, and run as fast as you can. So the devil will not play with your head, and don't let this greed get in your head. Try to remember you are a trader, not a gambler. There is a very fine line between gambling and trading. A gambler will never make it in this market. Never. Never. Greed. We are a human. Greed kills us sometimes. But also, during those years, you will learn the hard way that we cannot outsmart this market. I don't want to cover any other, you know what? I don't want to cover any other time frame. I'm enjoying rubbing in to the others. They come and brag about their charts. I'm enjoying rubbing in the 1 minute in their nose. Here is your 1 minute on the CL. This is $600 on that trade on the CL. I don't know what's going on with the CL. I have no clue what's going on the CL today. I'm going to go ahead and turn on my chart. I want to know what the hell is going on the CL. I have a $600 trade. Should I hold? Should I cash in and run? Or, okay, there we go. Here is a clear picture on your CL. Look at this. It's getting stuck in that channel here, back and forth. When I said those lines are the best investment you're going to be doing in this business, $35 a month, a price of an ice cream, you know, those are your best 35 before the auto trade. Before you go purchase an auto trade, this is your best investment to learn what is the market all about. Remove all the junks, put all those lines, and try, for God's sake, trying to read the market, what's going on. If we look on the CL right now, from 1037 until now, it is going back and forth, getting it stuck in that channel and trying to find an exit. The exit could be on that direction, or the exit it can be on that direction. How are we going to know? You can measure it from, also, if you don't know how to read the market, you can measure it from the left corner, where we give you the momentum in the market, the pressure, the air pressure in your tire, like before you travel, don't you check up your air? This is the same thing here. This is telling you the buyers over the sellers over the buyers, two different market analyzer, all your junk MACDs, ATRs, they are in there based on the signal here. So that is indicate for me how much air in the tire I have. I have $680 on that trade. Should I run or should I stay? It seems like it's going to go ahead and ignite to that level. Now I'm taking another $200 on that trade. By today, covering the ES and NASDAQ and Dow Jones, I'm trying to make a point that a guy can just put a little time in on his chart, not look at the numbers, how much his auto trade made today, try to concentrate and use his energy somewhere else. Because one day you will be making tons of money, and one day you're going to need the diapers. This is welcome to trade, and there is nothing we can do about it. But when the day is good, this is where we're going to grab as much as we can, and we're going to protect it. So there is a big difference by closing that trade in here or closing that trade in here. Maximize your trade, maximize your profit, and then run. Whatever ticks you in this life, go ahead and do it, so the devil will not play with your head if you cannot resist it. Well, let me keep rubbing in about those guys. Keep bragging about a couple of charts at the end of the day, and I hide in the corners during the daytime. This is your Russell, and your Russell took one small trade in here. This is a 1 minute, and now we are flat on the Russell. Let me show you another one. This is your 1 minute. This is your 30-year treasury bond, one small trade, one short trade, and it is 250 based on one trade. If you think yourself you can find better system, run and purchase 2 licenses before they run out. Right now we have, you can see now the market is running very smoothly, and we can see on the scalper 150 ticks, we nailed 1700, and now we start rebuilding our portfolio on the 1 minute. Now it start recovering immediately on the 1 minute. Now the just the 150 ticks taken off, you know. So let me show you the ES. I'm sorry, the CL. Right here on the CL, you have $800. Right now you have 580. That's how much money you're throwing out of the window. Let's look at the ES. I don't know, on the ES we had 800 or something. Now they're closed. It's going back. Where is going back to? It's going back to the 64.75. This is a re-entry point on the 64.75. That's a re-entry point without a doubt. So, guys, this is a serious money. You are refusing to cash in. This is a very serious money. So I don't know. I only try my best to do whatever I can. The NASDAQ closed. We covered the NASDAQ. Look where's this NASDAQ closed. And look where this NASDAQ we predicted is going to get to trouble. We said there is a projection. It came in right to the projection, to the take, came into the support line. That knocked out that trade out of the equation. Now we have a problem on this NASDAQ in this area. We need to find a breakout either here or here. So if I wanted to, also for the advanced traders, not the ones that are emotionally cannot do it, but for an advanced trader, your auto trade is going to enter the market on the pullback re-entry. So you're not going to be missing any trade. So when I see something like this, and I see it's a struggling market here, you can pause this one for a few minutes. Pausing is going to stay running, but we're not emotionally taking those trades. We are just managing. We're not emotionally getting involved in those trades. We're just managing. Don't you like to be a manager in a store or something, manager in the company? You're managing. You're not emotionally involved in those trades. So when I see problem, I took a trade, made money, breaking even, C is struggling. I can see the ES getting stuck in a channel, CL, whatever it is, then maybe I'll pause it now for a few minutes. If this market going out of the channel, as an example, like what happened here on the profit taken with the, you see how it hit the second target? We covered that. Maybe I wanted to just direct the ES to the short trade. You know, you can do that. So there is a bit, and then when this market is about to break out or on the pullback re-entry, because if this NASDAQ decide to drop, if let's say this NASDAQ decide to drop, you're not missing anything. Every time this market move, it's gonna go back and confirm. So let's say we have a breakout on the NASDAQ. Do you think you're missing anything? No, because you will watch if you put your 1 minute, you will watch this NASDAQ is going to go back, reconfirm the 61.25. It has to come back and reconfirm, and then when it comes back to this line, you can re-enter manually or auto trade. So right now we can see the market is about to wanted to break to the downside, and then you can leave it long and short, but now we can resume the trade. So there is nothing wrong with that. Let's go back on the scalping. Right now we are around 1900 on the scalper, and the 1 minute start getting recovered right in front of UI. Some of the auto trade, when you optimize, you need to be, and I have covered that before, you need to look at the Ninja Trader where when you are optimizing, not hours, because hours you cannot optimize, you will see there is a recovery days. They forget to show you that. They show you the profit factor, but they don't show you the recovery day. Some of those auto trades out there, the recovery days are 35 days. What does that mean? That means you have to make money in 35 days without losing any day for 35 days. During those 35 days, if you have a couple more losing days, now you're adding up 2 times 35. So now we are up to 120 days you have to trade without losing any trade during the 120 days. Good luck with that. Any trader have a day or 2 losing days, a week sometimes. If a trader have only 1 losing day in 1 week, he call himself lucky. If he have 4 winning days and 1 losing day in 1 week, he consider himself a good week. So try to trade 35 days or 70 or 110 days without losing any day. Good luck with that. It's the same story on the ES. We are coming back to a very hard area here. I don't know. I doubt it very seriously if it can break it, but we will see. For the ones that are following our put your 1 minute on the NASDAQ with those fibs on a clean chart and watch this NASDAQ pullback. Watch this NASDAQ pullback and re-enter the market on that chart. Now everything. Now you can see the NASDAQ for the ones who have this chart. You see what is this NASDAQ? We know where it's going. This is the final destination for that trade. Whether you are auto trading or not, this market is going to go ahead and pull back at 62.50, somewhere around there, confirming. And it probably is going to tease you, go up and down here a little bit. But then the re-entry point, final destination, 40.25. And if you see if you're struggling, you can exit on that trade. If you see there is a strong trend, then you can exit on the second or on the third. This is your target. So every time we're taking it, look, it's going back to reconfirm. Let's watch this. So please, for the guy is auto trading with us, put those numbers, whatever you're doing, on one screen. And please try to get attention on what's going on. That will help you a lot. So look at this. This is no indicators here. I'm going to leave it. We're going to see what will happen on the NASDAQ 1 minute. And then we can talk about it. So let me see, what is this NASDAQ? Now on this one here, we are using the swing trading market order. Once this market move back, pull back, we're going to nail it. If it is a proper calculation, it will take a short trade for us. So we don't need to do anything, folks. Just monitor, and you're going to see the trade right there. So we'll keep monitoring that pullback if this auto trade is going to nail it or not. That's it. If you don't want to bother with the manual trade, this is a very, very the problem is how we can simplify the trade to the traders, and that's what I'm trying to do, simplifying those trades. We still don't have a trade on the NASDAQ. We do not have a trade on the NASDAQ. I'm going to be quiet for 5 minutes. I'll put, I don't know where to put this one. I'll bring it up again. If you give me 5 minutes, guys, get fresh coffee, and we'll continue. Thank you. Before I take a break, we have a new entry on the auto trade on the ES 1 minute. And you can see how the auto trade took that entry, and here is immediately put it on your target. You see that? If you notice here, there is a new signal on the NASDAQ, and there is a new signal on the ES. Those are your entry point, 54.75 and 64.25, and your target is 59.75 on the ES and 37.50 target on the NASDAQ. Now, when sometimes the auto trade take those trades, the price action, not the swing trading. If the signal got weak, sometimes the market pull back to the resistance line and then go back a drop. So if you don't take those trades at the entry point, you can always re-enter the market on the pullback. Always you can re-enter, because it's 8 out of 10 is going to be rejected from those areas. So if this is a scare you, that's okay. Wait till on the pullback you can re-enter it manually if for the ones are following us. And 8 out of 10 on the pullback re-entry, they are usually success trade, and they do a very good job on those. So we will see what happen on those trades. So I'm gonna be taking a break 5 minutes, and I will be right back. Thank you. Well, I'm gonna delay my break until we see what happened to this trade. We have also NASDAQ from the E signal, from the market analyzer signal. The NASDAQ took probably the trade. Yes, took that trade, and the target is, here we go. On those two trades right now, on the latest signal, we have 37.50 and 35 base on one contract. And now we have the ES. And if you are taking that trade, folks, watch out for that number, 61.75. It is very important number. The 61.75, try to market, please. And because you have a major support line at 59.50 and your target is at 59.75, I'm not expecting this market to go anything farther than this area here. So leave it the way it is. The target is 59.75. And then if we can see the market is really trending, we can drag it a little bit more. If we can get a couple $100 more, we can. Welcome to trade. And if we cannot, we cannot. So on this one here, also the NASDAQ, I can drag it a little bit more down, get a little bit more beef on it. I can get 34.25 on that trade, but I'm concerned about this number, the 40.25. So you got to keep your eye closed on the 40.25, and that is going to make it different, you know. So now I will go ahead and take my 5 minutes break. I'll be right back. Thank you. Okay, let's see what's going on here. Let me show you. We were monitoring the NASDAQ. Okay. We were monitoring the NASDAQ, not the ES. Just a second. Let me show you, front of you, what the swing trading took, short trade, based on a pullback re-entry. You see that? $330 on that trade. And this one is right in front of you. So now let's go back. If I can find the mouse. Yeah. Let's go back to the technical side of it. What did we say the NASDAQ is going to do, folks? Just please, it's a free education. We're not collecting anything from you. We said this market is going to break, it's going to go back, retest, and the auto trade, it will nail it. And it did. On that trade by itself is 420. And I don't need, I can close if I want to, or I can have the auto trader close. But I know there is a bumper here, and a bumper here. So let's go back to see what the swing trading, what the price action doing. On the price action automated trade, we are hammering to the downside. If you are following us on that trade, look now, watch the ES on the 61.75. Look at this. Look at this. When did we predict that? Look at this. Now there is a seller pushing it. You see where the ES stopped? It's not over yet. Hold on. You see where's the ES stopped? Is this money or not? I don't know. Let me see the NASDAQ, where we are on the NASDAQ. The NASDAQ, where did we say the trade is going to be? This is a swing trading. This is a price action trading. The price action is $410 and 510 on the swing trading. How much the NASDAQ did on the other trade? $800. And where did we say we're going to have a problem? We said here. Yeah, we said that before it happened, not after it happened. Look at this, folks. This is your reversal. The ones do not repaint. Look, where is your reversal? Look at this. Let's go back on the swing trading. This is your swing trading. Let me show you this. Now the market is pulling back. We had $500 in this trade. Where is this NASDAQ rejected? Gentlemen, we are showing this live in front of you to make a point here. And that's why you cannot see too many people would dare come in live in front of you and show you performance live based on 1 minute. You be the judge of it. You want a guy at the end of the day tell you, look, I have 2 chart made it, go for it. I'll see you in 6 months when you're broke. We are offering free education here. Take it or leave it. It's up to you. So there is no excuse for somebody if they do their homework and try to stay on the sim as long as needed until he grabbed the tricks in the market. Activating auto trades by itself is nice. We can let the auto trade take the trades for us without a doubt. But also it's nice also to look at it, not just the number. The number become irrelevant, and it's going to take you a lot of time before you distance yourself from a trade and the numbers. It takes time. But later on, we'll get the numbers, whether it's 400 or 300 or 500, that's just a number. It's no longer you are attached that much to the number, especially at the beginning when you put in your hard money in there. You have to respect your own money, and you have to respect that this market, there is no shortcut, folks. There is no shortcuts. Look at that picture on the NASDAQ, the 1 minute. We had a beautiful run earlier today, and is right where the problem was on the NASDAQ. Look at this. Tried to break out. We have a projection, fell on the first pullback, re-enter, and took it. That's very fine. So, folks, I don't know if this one cannot get your attention, that today I have showed that by just paying attention to your auto trade, it makes a difference around, as example today, it made a difference around $1,000 in your trades, in your profits. Could be tomorrow only 200, and the day after tomorrow could be $200 down. I'm not saying, but when on a good day, this is where we need to fill up our pockets. This is where we're gonna look at this. Look at this NASDAQ. Now we have $550 in the pot. Should we gamble more? It's up to the trader. It's not up to me anymore. Should we gamble more? Should we cash in? This is, if when it hit the line is around 600. It's up to you. I don't know what you want to do. Now, this is one trade. We exit one trade. And the NASDAQ based on one trade, 51 ticks. On the previous signal was, what is it, 170 ticks on the previous signal. So let's go back on the ES. I don't remember how much we made on the last ES, but well, it's biting, so I'm gonna get a little bit greedy on the target in just a second. Your automated trade is gonna take the target right there at 59.75. Again, if you are following us, please follow us on a sim. We're not responsible for your trade. We need to see that bar close below that line here. It is very important, folks. Seems like the NASDAQ is going to be taking, if you are on that trade on the NASDAQ, you have to close. You have to close. You have to close your auto trade at 34.25, or you can leave the auto trades open. Watch this on the NASDAQ, folks. This is following the swing trading. This is following the swing trading. Watch it. Watch this number. 33.75. On the ES, if you are an ES trader, do not take your chances. Close one tick above this number. if you are on that trade, you're happy for what you're getting, then close it at 59.75, get it over with. Watch the NASDAQ, folks. Watch the NASDAQ on the, this is $900 trade. Look where it's kicking back. So when we are auto trading and we are swing trading, how much is gonna take you to click that button and close, and don't let the auto trade do it, close it? How much is gonna cost you? Look where it kicked back. So there is around $200 different in every single trade on the swing trading if you use those $35 FIPS. Oh yeah, I forgot. We have the YM. Oh, the YM. Oh, the YM just closed. I didn't get it. Look, right in line, reversal. Now we start diving into noises, folks. Do not, it's finished. It's finished. It closed on the NASDAQ. The swing trading is still, but it is finished. Trade is finished. It's over. $1,000 on a NASDAQ. On the new signal we just received now, that's what I was talking a few minutes ago, that you don't need a large amount of money. What you need to know how to manage. If you took one trade on the ES, 20 ticks, 250, based on one contract. NASDAQ, 96 ticks, one contract. YM, 1 minute, one contract, 44 takes. This is $1,000. And when we first started live in front of you, it was another, I don't know, 1,000 more. It was almost 1,000 on the NASDAQ alone. Do you need to sit down on that table and give up your, you're done for today. Finished, over. Get a life. You know. Everything below those numbers are become noises, irrelevant. No, nothing. Let me show you why. Do you remember we said we have some targets? Let me show you. Do you remember I told you we have something nobody have, is your daily target between 11 o'clock and 12 o'clock. This is a Renko. We do not use Renko for trading with the trend. Never, never. We use the Renko bar to trade reversals. Now, that's why I put the clock. Now is 11:20. I said every day we hit the target. And now it's going out of the band. Target 1 and target 2. This is where you need to start reversing the market when it's out of the band. So right now on that swing trading, we are done with the oh, this is the DAX. I'm gonna show you the DAX also took a trade. On that DAX we have and now your scalpers 2600 start building up. We're still on that trade, but this is now anything below those lines is noises. Nothing for me. Close, get it over with, protected. Now, on the ES, we're going out of that band. The probability now is 1122. It could just touch the first or the second target, profit taken, and this is the market is going back on those. It is over for the Nasdaq, for the ES technically is over. There is nothing left. Whoever made money today made money. Who didn't make money, he just run out of luck. There is nothing he can do. It's over. Oh. You see? Noises. Noises, folks. Noises. That's okay. Let's rub in a little bit. Rub their nose in the 1 minute. This is your YM on the swing trading. One trade. Look, it's the same story in there. And we can go on and on and on. This is your 1 minute, 460 on the Russell. And anyone have anything to brag, show me your 1 minute. And come in front of the traders, put all the instruments, and let's rock. Folks, I hope it is, I don't know if we did a good job or not today. But I want to say thank you very much for everyone has joined us. And we look forward to see you. Before I go out, I want to just trying to fish to show you by just looking at the fibs how much you are losing in a profit every day. This is 244 ticks. Actually took a lot of trades from 9 o'clock because we started around 9. When all this happened. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Look at this one here on the last trade. Okay, we took a short. Very fine. Where is the bottom on the 62 level? It was 55.25. Where is this auto trade exit? At 57. So by just looking at those lines, you could have closed it and you could have gained another $100 on every chart. 200, 300 on every chart. Depends on the day movement. But anything below those is over. And whoever made money today, turn on a sim is over. The market spikes one time a day. And we catch every single movement in the market. We made over 300 ticks on the Nasdaq, and it was right in front of you. You can go back. And the ES, Nasdaq, Dow Jones, Russell, CL, every single market we nailed. So, folks, that's all what we have for today. And the swing trading now start really. We have a DAX 1,600, Nasdaq 1,300, YM 860, 700, YM, ES 700, and on and on and on. God bless you. Thank you for visit us, and we'll see you tomorrow at 10 o'clock Eastern Time, live here on the same channel. And if you like us, give us a thumb up, please. Thank you very much. God bless you all.